What's up, YouTubers, MySpacers, Facebookers? This is your man, Rolando Divine. And first and foremost, before we get into anything extra, I want to thank everybody at Divine Entertainment. You know who you are. We absolutely want to thank my PR person, Francine Thompson, a.k.a. Franny B. I want to thank my partner, Grizz, for putting up with me, and dealing with me, man, with this transformation thing that I'm doing. So a lot of people got some history about me, and a lot of people saying they really not getting no real update and this, that, and the third. And they asking crazy questions like when am I gonna come to their town, and when is the album dropping? The album is dropping soon. We had to go through some legalities of getting ourselves all the way in pocket, stuff like that. And the name of the album was The Strength of a Gentleman. Now it's called Soulfully Satisfying, and that's SOULPHILLY, satisfying, and it is what it is. I've been working, these last couple of years, trying to get things right, and present myself, to my peers. A lot of people remember me, some cats that I probably went to school with and things of that sort. People remember me, man, and I really haven't changed that much. So I'm still doing it, and I'm trying to keep on doing it, So, like I said, it is what it is, And for the question, John Whitehead is my uncle. People be asking me, like, is he? It's a shame that he's not here no more. Shout out to Johnny and Kenny, and V, the whole Whitehead family, Kaya, everybody. So I wish people stop really asking me that. I would never front and fake on that. He was the big homie. It wasn't about him making records. It was about having somebody that that could give you good gems in life. He laughed all the time, and things of that sort. So he's definitely well missed. So shout out to Uncle Toot, man. We love you, dog. For the record, man, I'm looking to pick up some acts. Some people that's serious about their thing. That want to put themselves on board and get in a good position, and try to make some things happen for themselves. So if that's what you're looking for, you can come to mysoulsdivine.com, fill out a band application and all that other good stuff. And I want to shout out to my big homie Cruz, my brother, man, from the Rude Boys. Keep putting in your work, dog. And work hard, and everything else will start to work out for you in the famo. I'm trying to see. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. I'm a resident, of Ohio. So shout out to the 216, Madman, 220 Records, the whole deal. My man V, the captain. I ain't forget about you. So it is what it is. I want to thank everybody in Cleveland that has been supporting me, thus so far, and all those other things, man, and trying to make life a little bit more easier for me. And I can say that they say Cleveland was like a hard place to go to, and some people wouldn't make it out there. And I don't really think that that's true. I think that if you work hard and strive hard to do what you need to do, that you can you can get a couple of places in life. So and here's the big thing. Everybody keeps saying, can you sing something for us and drop something for us? So I guess I'm gonna not be so humble and shy. I'm gonna give you something real smooth. Check this out. Many people make mistakes, and these days might be possible. And I've paid my dues to society. Does that make me unstoppable? If I cried a tear that would draw so long, would it fall down to my toes? Would you be woman enough to catch my tears as they flow? My tears, they got me in some places with my mind, and all that other good stuff. This is your man, Rolando Divine, and you can catch me at Divine Entertainment, home of the Philly Soul. It is what it is. And I want to thank everybody again, so forth and so forth. And the weather's changing, so go home and get you some ginger root or something and love yourself. And be sexy and never be scared to be who you are. And here's a big note. Any of these young people out here trying to get in the game, stop being stuff that you're not, man. Stop trying to be a Willie. Stop trying to be a thug. Stop trying to be a vicious love maker. Stop trying to be a rich guy. You know what I mean? If you are who you are, be who you are. And people are going to love you for who you are. And anybody that sees this, y'all know who I am. I'm not faking the funk and all that other stuff. Y'all know my background and y'all know how I get down and you know where I'm trying to go and you know where I came from and you know where I'm at in my life right now. So peace and shout out to everybody. No harm done. Let's put them guns down, Philly, and love each other, man. One.